Hello.
Good evening.
Welcome to Testimony Tuesday.
Welcome.
I am excited.
As always.
This has been amazing. So jump on. We are excited. We're going to let some more people join and we're going to jump right in on today. Hello. Thank you for joining us on tonight. Hello.
Yep. We won't keep you long tonight. We actually don't have anybody scheduled for tonight. But we just want to talk to you for a few minutes.
Absolutely. And so actually we did have someone scheduled for tonight, but they're out of town. So, and that's okay.
Okay.
And so we did not want to cancel because of that. So we just decided we come up here and say thank you on tonight. So we are so happy. Hello, Todd. I cannot see who has joined us. Sad to say. I can see Todd because she left a message, but if you are joining us on today, hello, Miss Jeanette. Hello, Miss Alice. Welcome to Testimony Tuesday. We are super excited to have you joining us on tonight.
Miss Brody.
Hey, Amby. So excited to have you joining us on tonight. I'm going to see if I'm able to see who is on with us on tonight. I'm not sure that I'm able to, but I am going to see.
But nevertheless.
Hey, Miss Della.
Thank you all for joining.
Hey, Tanya. That's all I can see. 2 names. All right. So that's okay. But thank you all for joining us. And like June said, we are not going to be on long on tonight. You know that Testimony Tuesday is based. Hey, Miss Jeannie, is based from Revelations 12, 10, and 11. And it says, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. And they loved not their lives unto death. And so, hey, Miss Tasha. Hello. Hey, Facetia. Hey, Miss Tracy. Thank you all for joining us. So that has been, hey, Miss Vonda, that has been our scripture from the beginning of Testimony Tuesday. And we started Testimony Tuesday in June.
June 21st.
June the 21st. So it's been really 6 months that we've been doing Testimony Tuesday. And we are just so excited about it.
And the purpose of Testimony Tuesday, we just wanted to give people the opportunity to share their testimony and be a blessing to others.
Absolutely. Because when I hear someone else's story of how they made it through or are making it through, it strengthens me in whatever I may be in now. And I often say, because God is not a respecter of persons, if he did it for you, he'll do it for me too.
And I'm telling you, just to hear some of the testimonies
hey, Miss Tammy,
that have been shared with us, I'm telling you, just when you think you got it bad, then you have the opportunity to hear what somebody else has been through.
Absolutely. Hey, Isolette. It's the truth. It's the truth. And so from the beginning of Testimony Tuesday, we have heard people who have literally been delivered from drugs, alcohol, prostitution. They've been healed, domestic violence,
car accidents,
sickness and disease. Things that the enemy thought that they were he was going to take them out with.
Because a lot of these testimonies turned out differently for other people.
Absolutely.
But the survivors. And
hey, Angela.
I think that deserves to be heard.
Hey, Tammy. And it's the truth. It's the truth. And so each time I heard a testimony, because people, I mean, they know our story of Abria and Chase, but there have been battles along the way.
A portion of the story.
Right. So they know a portion of it, but there have been so many battles along the way.
Absolutely.
And every time I heard someone's testimony, it just strengthened me to keep going and fighting just a little bit harder. Hey, Amber.
And it gives them the opportunity to overcome, as the scriptures say.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that I'm really excited about the upcoming year. And so we're going to continue with Testimony Tuesday starting back on January the 3rd.
We've been
And
getting some really good feedback concerning that.
absolutely.
People have been enjoying it, and it's been blessing a lot of people.
Yep. Hey, Latricia, it's the truth. Hey, David, it has. And I think, even down to like last week with Regina and an aneurysm that literally takes most people out.
Yep. And having a child that was able to pray her through.
Right. And he talked about forgiveness, which was so powerful.
Yes.
And so next year, I'm excited because we're just going to keep going with it. And so we already have started our lineup for next year, and just excited to hear a lot of these stories I wasn't aware of. Right. I knew some, but to actually hear from their mouths what has happened or how the Lord has blessed them has just been so major and extreme. So we are
like we've always been like on the, not always, but a big portion of the time we've been on the praying end.
Right.
We pray for people, but we don't know the fullness of what's what has taken place.
Right. But when you hear it, it's just like how powerful.
Yes.
And so I'm just excited about what the Lord is about to do. And so one of the things that June and I, one of the things that we did the other day, we were just talking. And as we were talking about going into the next year, people come up with cliches and, 2022, you're going to get double for your trouble and just all these different things that you hear. And for us, it was so amazing because I was telling him that next year, everything has to be intentional. Everything has to be intentional. And though that was the exact word that he had given me as well about being intentional.
Yeah.
And so for us, that's like our, hey, Sean, intentional is what we'll have to be on next year. Intentional in our relationships, intentional in our business, intentional first and foremost with God, like even more.
Right.
When I listen to these testimonies and, my prayer life and things like that, like I really want to take it to that next place.
Yeah.
And I remember years ago, this lady was, speaking into my life, and she said to me, there's a place in prayer that you have to tap into. And so I pray and I continue to pray, but I want to really tap in.
Right.
Like, know.
So in other words, when we put a purpose on what we do, to see the result and to know that you have purpose in what you were doing, that's
I think, and I reposted something that Hassan had posted earlier in the week about purpose, and and I thought that was just so powerful to me because that is so true.
Yeah,
like going into the year,
peace, purpose, and progression
for 2022.
Yeah,
I have to look at it, but
that was powerful.
It was so powerful to me, and I just thought going into next year, like this is what it has to be. Yeah. Hey, Kimberly. This is what it has to be going into next year. So our encouragement to you is, one, seek the Lord while he may be found.
Absolutely.
That's what the Bible says.
Call upon him while he's near.
And it's the truth. And so making sure that, because you don't know what the new year holds. And
but we know who holds the new year.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
Yeah. Got to acknowledge that.
And so I'm excited to see what next year has in store.
Right.
And I'm trusting the Lord through all of it.
So before we get too far into the new year, we want to thank all of our supporters.
Absolutely.
We want to thank everybody who supported us on any level.
Yep.
It means a great deal to us and other people as well. I'm telling you, you don't have a clue.
Yeah. Thank you to all of our guests who came on this year, who thought it not robbery. Hey, Clara Jean. To share their stories of, because it was really hope and inspiration. That's literally what they shared.
Right.
And they gave someone else hope. And so to me, that is powerful within itself. Hey, Renee. And so that in itself was super, super powerful.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited, like I said, to hear what is next. But thank you to all of you all who thought it not robbery to come on and to share your story, to be able to bless and to help someone else.
Yes. Absolutely.
It's such a powerful thing.
Absolutely.
Thank you. So thank you for that. And we,
all the contributions as well.
yeah. Thank you for everything. And I have to say this too. This is not for Testimony Tuesday, but just for the Abrius Chase Foundation as well. Thank you all for your support. Like, we have been able to help many people, and I'm so grateful. Like, it literally melted my heart to see the families that we were able to support. And today, my mom was here today, and every time she got ready to go, someone was coming in with more donations of clothes and different things. And so I'm so grateful to all of you all. Thank you, because there are people that need these things. And so we are so grateful to you for supporting us in that effort as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes.
I think that's it. We just really wanted to say thank you, not even hold you long, but to say thank you for your testimonies. Thank you for the words that have been able to help and inspire other people. Yes, LaShawn, it has been a blessing. Hey, Miss Linda, it has truly been a blessing. It really, really has. And so we are grateful to see, like I said, what is in store.
Yeah.
Hey, Miss Brenda, how are you?
So before we go, you know, share something that God has done for you. Just share anything. I don't care. I mean, what,
well,
just share something.
He's just done so much. The fact that he has kept us through this to this point
Absolutely
was just so amazing. We had tremendous loss this year.
Yeah.
And once you ever lost and you have to experience loss again, it is super, super hard.
Yeah.
And so we experienced so much. To me, I mean, it was just a lot. 2 aunts and your father.
Yeah.
So it was just, on top of people that we knew and loved and cared about who transitioned on this year. So this year, that has been a lot. And so I thank God for keeping us.
Yeah, it's been heavy. It's been heavy.
But the Lord is such a keeper. And so, So you tell us something that the Lord has done.
Well, he woke me up this morning.
Oh, testimony
started
time.
me on my way. I don't know if you know this.
Hey, Kathy.
I'm not quite sure if you know this, but I have a son that goes to NC State. And when I tell you that God has kept that young man, and there's just so many reasons to be so proud. And I know that it's all because of the keeping power of God, So I won't get too heavy in that, but God has blessed us in that area. And God has blessed me to have a job, to be off for 2 weeks on a school schedule. I'm telling you, I'm grateful. I'm so grateful.
Yes.
God is so
it's
good.
It's true.
Yeah.
And I look at Makai and I often tell, and I've said this before, when we had the fire, and I don't know how many people, I don't know if we said this when we gave our testimony, but Makai literally turned around because he was asleep. And when Devontae got him out of the house, he turned around and walked back in the house and was headed down the hall where the fire was. And Devontae had to go back in there and get him out again. And I'm so grateful for that, because it was the enemy's plot and plan to take all of my seed. Yeah. And the fact that the Lord allowed me to keep Makai was such a grateful, I'm grateful for Makai and Devontae, but I'm talking about the babies, because as many of you know, Devontae is my stepson, but he's really my son too. But I just felt like it was really a personal attack for me. And I felt like that is what he really was trying to do. And so that, I often say, God, you allowed me to keep him.
Devil had a plot, but God had a plan.
He did. He did.
Yes, sir.
He did. And I'm just so, it literally fills me up. And when I look at him today, and even after all that he's been through, and he was up here that day and he wanted to, he was going to talk himself, and he didn't get to talk. Because he was so full himself. But when I looked at him, he was home for about a week, and we were so grateful. Lord have mercy. We were so grateful. But he was home for about a week, and I just looked at him, and from just simple little things of me getting ready to walk into a restaurant, and he'll say, "Mommy, you better not touch that door." Like, just little things that I'm just so, he's not perfect, but I'm telling you, I thank God that he allowed me to keep him. Like, he just, anyway, that was your thankfulness, but it's mine too.
Yeah, he had to get out of the house and go back to school because she about to give him all my money.
He deserves it.
Oh my goodness.
He deserves it. But anyway, so yes, that is, hey Gwen. But that is just how good God is. And so he has definitely been good. Hey Mickey. Yep. Yes, thank God for keeping him and Devontae. I'm telling you, it is the truth. And I often have to remind Devontae over and over again, because he felt so much from that night, so much guilt and things like that. I often remind Devontae, you saved your brother's life. Like, and so, but he has a hard time with that. But guys, we're not even going to start our story again, but we are just grateful.
Wake up the preacher.
No, we are just grateful. We are just so grateful. And so thank you for, hey, Sherry, thank you for tuning in, watching us. Hey, Leisha. Yes, I believe that God has a purpose for both of their lives. He's fighting tooth and nail, but God has a purpose. I'm telling you. Hey, Angela. Oh, Angela said you got plenty of money to give him.
Oh, my goodness.
Tell him, Angela.
And we'll talk to y'all later.
Yes. He is our hero, Sean. Yeah. He is our hero. So, guys, we thank you, like I said, for joining us on tonight. We thank you all for joining us since June. You have been faithful. So, guys, I want you to, if you are not following us on social media, please follow us. We are going to be doing more with Testimony Tuesday, and different things coming up. So we are going to jump on the bandwagon of Couch Conversations. We're going to tap into that a little bit more.
We originally started with Couch Conversations.
We did. And we are going to start in January. We're going to start, we're going to piggyback off of Connie. She did her play on why I don't go to church, and we're going to talk about it some more.
Yeah, and that was a blast. That was a blast.
It was. And so we're going to have a conversation about church and why people aren't necessarily going to church and why people have fallen away from the church. You
don't want to miss this.
And so the Bible speaks of the great falling away. So we're going to have some conversations about it. We're going to talk about some church hurts. So many people have experienced it, and we call it church hurt, but truly the church can't hurt you. It's just individuals in the church that may have hurt you, but we call it church hurt. And so that's right, Mickey. It elevated, to Testimony Tuesday. But we're going to have some conversation about it, and we're going to talk about it because no matter what, the relationship has to be with God. Like he has got to be your number one. Absolutely. And not necessarily people, but we're going to have that conversation too. So we are super excited about it. So if you don't join us, we have YouTube, June and Ayana Lewis on YouTube. Click, maybe like, share,
and tag, like and share.
Gabe can tell it. He thinks he has his own show. So guys, if you will hit the likes or hearts or something like that. Hey Kiara. Hey Angie. Angie, we are praying for you. Hey Teresa. Thank you all so much. Hey, Sophia, thank you all for joining us on tonight. We thank you. So join us on January the 3rd, where our first guest will be Davida Lewis, who will be sharing her powerful, powerful testimony. We are super excited to hear her story and the miracle that she literally has in her hands right now from her testimony. So, hey, Kiara. So, we appreciate you joining us. Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And please, please, please be safe.
Absolutely. Be safe. Be safe. And trust God. Take him with you into the new year. Whatever you plan on doing, wherever you plan on going, make sure he is first and foremost. We also want to pray for the families who have lost. There are families that are still experiencing loss. Like it just doesn't stop. And it's just so personal because it's people that you know.
Part of
And
life.
so we want to continue to pray for the families who have lost in this season as well. Another mother has to bury her child on tomorrow. Oh no, on Thursday, I think it is. And then there is just so many other families that are experiencing loss. So we love you all too. Thank you again for joining us, and join us again on January 3rd at 6 o'clock p.m. right here.
6 o'clock sharp.
Yes, thank you. Good night.
Good night.